Good morning students. Today we are going to see dimensional analysis. Till now we have seen definition of chemistry, applications of chemistry, three types of matter. Then we saw pure substances, its classification like elements, compounds, atoms, molecules, etc. Then we saw mixtures, homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture we have seen, and scientific notation we have seen. And today our topic is going to cover dimensional analysis and laws of chemical combination. Okay, first topic is dimensional analysis. What does meant by dimensional analysis? In chemistry, we are going to deal with large number of system of units like milligram, microgram, kilogram, microliters, milliliters, liters, etc. So, a method used to convert one system of units to other system of units is called as dimensional analysis. So, what is dimensional analysis? Converting one system of units to other system of units is called as dimensional analysis. Example, say I have a metal rod whose length is 3 inches. What is the length of a metal rod? It is 3 inches. My objective is to convert the inch to centimeter. So what should I do? Apply the formula where 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. So multiply 3 into 2.54, I will be getting the answer which is expressed in centimeter. So this is called as dimensional analysis. Next, moving to laws of chemical combination. Laws of chemical combination. In that, what is the first law? Our first law is law of conservation of mass. What is it states? Who proposed the law? Who proposed the law? Anton Lavoisier proposed laws of conservation of mass. It states that law of conservation of mass states that matter can be created nor be destroyed. But when you see the total mass of the reactants, the total mass of the reactants should be equal to total mass of the products. How to prove that law? Shall we move? See, I have a reaction where carbon is combining with oxygen to give me carbon dioxide. You know what is the atomic mass of carbon? It is 12 gram. And oxygen 2 into 16, I got 32. So in the reactant side, I have got 44 grams. Because who are the reactants here? My carbon and oxygen are the reactants here. What is the product here? Carbon dioxide is the product here. So I have got in both the side 44. So total mass of the reactant should be equal to total mass of the product. This is your law of conservation of mass. Because of this law, each and every reaction of chemistry is being balanced. Why we need to balance it? Because the mass of the reactant should be equal to the mass of the product. This is how. Moving to the second law. Law of constant proportion. Okay. So what does this law suggest? This law suggests that I am going to have a compound. The compound can be produced by any method. By any method you can produce a compound. And a compound produced by any method should contain same proportion of elements in a fixed ratio. Already I have explained very well about compound, difference between your compound and the mixture. Say for example, water. What is the formula for water? H2O is the formula for water. Whether we prepare water in our laboratory by distillation method or anywhere in the world we are going to produce water, what will be the composition? It will be water only, that is H2O only. So what I am going to infer from this law is water produced by any method should contain elements hydrogen and oxygen. The ratio of mixing of hydrogen and oxygen should be fixed. Say for example 2H2, that is 2 molecule of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. When combined only we will be getting water. So a compound which is produced by any method, which is produced in any place around the world, will be containing same elements and that should have a fixed ratio. They should be combining in a fixed ratio. I am going to tell you one example. Say for example water and oxygen, H2 and oxygen combine to give you water molecule. And this proportion will be, the ratio of mixing of hydrogen and oxygen will be 1:8 throughout the world. This is a ratio and these are the elements. The same element should be used in the same proportion. This is 1:8 is nothing but the ratio by mass. Okay. And who proposed this law? This law was proposed by the scientist Joseph Proust. Okay. So, two laws are clear. Moving to the third law.